Alright, hello to all my guys, gals, and non-binary pals out there across the electrical ocean. This is Jazzman back with the game. We've got BrutalBife playing full faction Shattered Peaks, and Sage90 playing full faction Kathir Forest. Looks like it's going to be Garu versus Cyclops here. So just, I guess nothing going to be too out of the ordinary, just classic theme-on-theme action. Bears versus Cyclops. So I guess we'll see how this goes. I think on a very linear map like this, where there's basically just a mid-font and the other fonts are really safe, Garu should come out on top, because they can, like, if it really need to, you can like hibernate a champ and then send it stealthed to the opponent's side font while still holding down mid. Cheapsters like Cub and Hunter, and then Cyclops, they kind of have to play as a unit. Like they gotta be all nice and close and buddy with stuff like Guarded and Warlord to play around. But I'm liking the look of BrutalBife's champions. He's got some nice early synergy with the youth and the club getting down early, and then the War Wizard too with logistics. And War Wizard, I think, has kind of been a little bit underlooked, I would say, in SP meta in terms of support abilities. I mean, you have like a free cast Moby, right? Well, cast Alacrity, 4 AP for 8 HP loss, not a big deal. But then you've also got pull on upgrades if you're not running a full Cyclops deck. And I think just the combination of cast plus pull on a teleport champ is, I mean, that seems like a good deal to me, especially with the SP champion discount. But that landmine was super killer here, knocking Club into the War Wizard, dealing huge amount of damage, and he's already down to 20 HP. Poor guy's not looking too hot. So he's going to leave the font, and he's going to send the youngling in. He's like, man, I'm getting too old for this shit. And he just points, and then the youth, with his rambunctious, precocious energy, just goes charging in there. So youth is going to take some hits, and most likely die here. Is the divert in range? No, he was one space off. If he would have deployed that seer before sending the youth all the way in, the youth might have lived, since one attack here would have been diverted, and then the Whisperer down to 9 damage because of the Awestruck would have likely saved it. But that's of course barring any spells for the time being. The Whisperer does have the free summons every few attacks. I don't know, I think in terms of upgrades, I would probably favor Blast for Barrage. I know everybody likes to run the cheapest, most efficient possible. I like the feeling of Blast on a champion like this. You don't really see too much of Blast in general, unless it's the charged variety, and it gets through some stuff that Barrage really doesn't. Like if you're up against like a no champion, for example, you can Blast and miss the intended target, but then maybe hit some others in the area as well. So it's like, even if your attack on one guy misses, you have outs that you can refocus your AP towards. The Kodiak comes down here, and interestingly, Kodiak does not have Warcry. I'm just gonna say it. That seems really bad. Like, why would you not take Warcry when you're running a theme like Garu, right? Especially an all melee theme. You really want, maybe not all melee, but primarily melee theme like Garu. You really need that Warcry to get your guys in there, get power turns going, make stuff happen on the board, because they don't really have too much of that otherwise. But the Mountain Garu, actually, the youth lived with 1 HP. Was that I guess that was a miscalc maybe from Sage, or maybe he actually didn't have the damage to finish. But here comes the Echo Chamber, detecting that Mountain Garu, and that should be a dead Mountain Garu. Although, I mean, I did count that youth as dead, and Sage did not have quite enough to kill it. So maybe we'll see a return on that from BrutalBife here. He's going to get a hit. The youth, did he not power attack, or did he... No, he actually just did a regular attack. He didn't power attack. All right, I mean, seems like when you have the extra damage on a 1 HP champ, you should just take it, right? But Club getting some extra range here from Warlord, and the War Wizard should hit first, just so that Club can get more range and let him hit twice, which he does. All right, so there comes the attack. Then Club now has 1-4, so he can double hit and finish that Garu off. And then Youth can grab the Globe, and then I guess just back away. Force Sage to burn a hit with the ranged unit to kill it, and then grab the Youth Globe for himself. Now here, I wouldn't really favor putting Divert onto the Youth. I mean, it's at 1 HP, you could maybe justify a heal on it, although I think, yeah, he already healed the Club. So yeah, I wouldn't think that divert here on the youth makes sense, just because you're going to get the youth is dead regardless, and I think saving divert for club or something makes is better for you in the long run than doing divert that way. But the youth walks up. Is he going to put a rock drop? I really hope he doesn't, because the Guru Hunter here with detection is just going to ruin his day. And well, it looks like he is putting divert on the youth. All right. I mean, I guess it is what it is. I would have preferred to save it, but that's just me. So in comes Garu Kodiak. And, I mean, he's not going to do much right now, but Thorn Collection actually comes down. So, yeah, and here's another thing. Like, you kind of have to expect KF has spells to finish shit like that off. The divert here probably just got wasted because of that Thorn Collection. I mean, it was a good read on Sage's part, to be fair. Like, he probably noticed the Seer walk up. But actually, the Seer put divert. Ooh, is it all of an elaborate bait and switch by BrutalBife? He actually put divert onto the club. And that will prevent a kill, actually. Club on 3 HP. Now, that if Club lives, which he does, alright, so that'll be a return kill on Hunter. And I mean, Club will die, like, on the following turn. Like, there's not really a good way around it. Something will kill that Club. But at least now you get the Hunter for your trouble. And, you can have War Wizard, I guess, sit in the font. It's annoying because Garu Kodiak is there. He's going to get a pummel on whatever you put. So I think in this situation, you probably want to kill the Hunter and then get the Globe and then maybe drop another relic in that. Or actually, no, you don't even need to because the Echo Chamber is in the font. So you could just leave that font, to be honest. Like, you don't need your champs up in Garu Kodiak's pummel range for no reason. So Seer here is going to finish. I wonder if he gets... Does he actually get the Whisperer as well? He might. Wait, he didn't kill the Hunter. Bro, what are you doing? You gotta... Okay, well, he killed the Ancient Wisp instead. Oh no, and he's hitting... Okay, well, he's hitting the Whisperer with magic damage champ first. I think it'll be a kill anyway, but he really didn't need to hit that Wisp. I don't know why he prioritized the Wisp over the Hunter, because he actually could have gotten both. Like now, I mean, unless he has a spell, he can only get one of them. Okay, well, Avalanche, he does end up getting both. It would have just been a lot more efficient if he had not hit the Wisp and hit the Hunter with that Seer the second time. But he goes for a hit with Club, and I think I would have just backed off. There's really no reason to walk up for that hit when you don't need to. Better to just save your Club, force Sage to kill it with a spell maybe in this position, because you're already up champs. And now, I mean, Sage is going to get 2 Nora Globes and probably deploy something else at his shrine. So yeah, better to keep the Club safe, providing tactician benefits for everybody, rather than just sacrifice him for basically 1 Nora Globe. But Garu Kodiak trying to hibernate, but was interrupted by the detection of Cyclops Seer. It's like, no sleeping on my watch. This is a no sleeping zone. Making too much racket for any good hibernation around here. Bife actually deploys Baby Slag. Does that have any? Yeah, he does. He has guarded Cyclops for synergy. So I mean, I guess sure, it's a cheap guarded unit. Has range, has a dot. Not too bad. 5 speed, not a big deal, I guess, on a 40 Nora champion. But Garu Kodiak actually killing himself to these ranged attackers. And I mean, War Wizard isn't naturally a champion you'd expect to have a lot of damage, but he's getting +4 from somewhere. Where is that coming from? Is that from Battle Leader? From something that I missed? No, he's back down to 12 now. What was that? Must be... I know I'm missing something. You guys in the comments are probably going to wring my neck for that. But he'd had 16 damage there for a minute there. Oh yeah, it was from guarded, because Club had guarded. Yes, there it is. See, I got it. I got it in the end. So yeah, but yeah, so War Wizard, not a champ you'd usually expect to do tons of damage, actually killing the Garu Kodiak there. And I mean, BrutalBife is still in a decent position. He's got his reinforcements incoming. Menelaus in the font, kind of going to be a big deal, because Bife only has magic damage out at the moment for his threats. Seer, not really a concern in the damage department, and then same goes for the Baby Slag. But yeah, immunity magic going to kind of put a damper on things for Bife's aggression. And then I guess Hunter in the back. I mean, not sure why you deploy Hunter here in this situation. Unless I completely missed something yet again, and Bife has a stealth deemed out. that you'd want to, deter from contesting your font. But I think, yeah, deploying him here, definitely the better option, at least from the perspective of last turn. And Cyclops War Wizard actually teleporting right into Menelaus's face. Completely unafraid. I mean, that's probably what you want to do against Mena, is you literally just run at him. There's no other way to deal with him. You just got to man up, hoist your pants up by your bootstraps and get in there. Get in his minimum range so he cannot harass you back. And even with the magic damage champs, he now has to spend all of his AP running away, giving up the font, forcing the hunter to recontest. And if that hunter contests, it's not going to look too good for it. I mean, he's going to get a pummel to the face, he's going to get Baby Slag, plus War Wizard, and then these other guys. Cyclops Battle Fiend coming in here as support. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Havoc's Touch on the following turn. That won't give him quite enough to get the Battle Fiend off, but there is no War Banner currently. So once that comes down, then Battle Fiend should be good to go. And Mena, I guess, spends his AP popping that Echo Chamber instead of retreating from the font. He's a bold one. He knows when he's beat, and it's not now. He's facing 2 magic damage champs. So yeah, definitely safer to keep the Mena in there for the time being, but I don't know, I think, you're not really worried about spells because of Shielded. Normally in this situation, SP would probably just vertical push the problem unit away and then, take care of the other stuff in the back. But with Shielded, putting a damper on things there, Sage is safe in that department. And I mean, Garu are fairly okay playing from a disadvantage like this because all their champions are usually pretty cheap. Cubs, Mountains, the Hunters here, all can be deployed fairly regularly, even on only one font. So, but the Shatter Peaks bonus does kind of throw a wrench into things because they can pretty much out-deploy anyone just because of their bonus. So if it comes down to a contest of deploys, Sage will definitely find himself at a disadvantage. And, at the moment, he seems to just be comfortable, taking shots at the Seer for now. But we'll see what Bife decides to do this turn. Cast Alacrity hasn't actually been used yet, and he's just been chugging along with what he's got. So he goes up to hit the Mena with the Seer, and then refocuses towards the Hunter. I think Cast Alacrity, he could have gotten behind Mena, right onto this space, and then Cast Alacrity for a pummel, and that might have been enough actually if he used Baby Slag as well. Because pummel, and then it would have done 24 plus a War Wizard hit, plus actually Baby Slag could have gotten a double hit there as well. So that probably could have been a kill on the Hunter. I ain't gonna calculate it because I'm too lazy to. But if I were in Bife's position, I absolutely would have. It just sometimes when you're watching a game, when you've built up enough experience, you can kind of just tell when these things are gonna happen. I mean, sometimes you're wrong. Nobody has perfect instincts, but. Usually, if you're a decent enough player, you can suss these things out. And that rock trap, I mean, it was a good attempt, but you're forgetting the detection. So Sage hopefully will not fall for that one. I mean, at this point, all you need is a Naturalize to take that thing out. If he doesn't have any way to deal with it, though, he could have used Menelaus to back off and hit it once, and then maybe cast a spell of some kind for the damage, like a Nature's Wrath or whatever. And then just, get that thing out of the way. But for now, he actually doesn't have any way to get past it. So even though Sage sees the trap, he can't do anything about it. Kinda sucks. We haven't seen any real font grabs. Oh, there's a Thorn Collection. That's literally the worst thing you could have used, because Thorn Collection does, I think it's only 1/3 of the damage to relics. Maybe it's even less. Maybe it's a quarter. But it did 3 damage there, so yeah. Not going to be taking care of that anytime soon. I mean, he actually surrenders after that. All right, well, I guess that'll be the end of that. So well played to both. We'll see everyone in the next one.